discuss my dream vacation to the Philippines. But before we do that, I want everybody to close their eyes. So can you all close your eyes, everyone? Close your eyes. Just keep them closed. Okay. Now, imagine this. Imagine that you're a pan and you know a beautiful lagoon. The water is pristine greenish on the lagoon, and surrounding you are these gigantic limestone cliffs.
You can more to your mouth. Or you can have, like more to your mouth. There you go. Right on the top. You got this.
Okay, you can open your eyes now. I was just doing that for myself. To me, the Philippines is one of the most beautiful places in the world. And for some context, I'm a Filipino American, and I grew up not learning much about my culture, as my parents didn't teach me much about it growing up. I've only been to the Philippines one time, and that was as a baby, so I don't really remember that much. And my reasons for visiting the Philippines is so I can learn more about my culture and its traditions. Now, together, we will learn about a culture that values hospitality, community, and familial values. We will eat unique food that is absolutely bustling, and we will walk at the natural wonders of the Philippines and its amazing cities. Now, going on to my first main point, the culture. Filipinos central value is hospitality. But what is hospitality? Hospitality is the value of treating guests with a friendly and open attitude. Filipinos tend to make it known that guests are welcomed by offering them food, entertainment, and even a place to stay. Even the poorest of Filipinos offer that last bit of advice. Personally, I know that when I visit my aunts in the Philippines, I know that I will be given more than just warm welcome, because I will also be given food and a place to stay, because Filipinos are very hospitable, and I've seen that's very welcome. Another aspect of Filipino culture is strong family values. Filipinos, they value a strong family unit. So extended families such as brothers, uncles, aunts, sisters, cousins, they're treated as if they're part of the nuclear or main family. So if you have like a nephew, you probably treat them like a son. And going on to my last point, I'll teach you some honorific gestures or some traditions. Now, Tagalog, which is the term for the Filipino language, and that was sometimes Tagalog, so don't get that wrong. Quote unquote, they're used as honorific gestures, and it's usually used in language to sort of show a sign of respect towards elders, because Filipinos, they value respecting their elders. And it's typically used for parents, aunts, uncles, grandparents, but it can also be used for figures like teachers, authority figures like teachers. So, say I want to say I love you to my mom, but I want to show respect or honor. I want to honor her. Mahal kita means I love you, not his mother, and adding it all together, I would say mahal ko kita, which means I love you, mom. Another tradition of Filipino culture is bayanihan. This is that you can see there's a picture of 20 men carrying a house, and it refers to a tradition where 20 Filipino men would help a family relocate by carrying a house on their backs. And Filipinos just value community and bayanihan is basically providing the term community. And bayan is from the term teamwork. And I guess I just like that. Filipinos they're very kind. They like to help others out. And there's also another tradition which is manobo. And it's basically where younger Filipinos would grab the front of the elder's hands and they would gently press it against the forehead. And it's typically used to receive blessing, because Filipinos they're very Catholic. A lot of Filipinos are Catholic, so it's typically used after Mass or whenever you're arriving and leaving home, for special occasions like Christmas or Easter. And for example, if I were to come back home, I would probably greet my parents with I'd always take my parents' hand and gently press it against their forehead, my forehead, to receive the blessing. Now, my next point is food. Now, but before we dig into the food, let's talk about some more vocabulary. Kain means to eat. Kain is steamed rice, and steamed rice is a main staple of Filipino food as it's typically eaten with every dish. So here we have some sausage, some eggs. We got some sour stew or sinigang, that's what I call it. And any dish that's eaten with rice is called ulam, and it means viand or island food, and it's doesn't really mean anything in English, it's just used to refer to the American food. So you got some more food. You can see you got some tilapia, some eggs, some onions. There's some rice in the background, and that we call that the lump. Now, my personal favorite for cooking food is adobo, and it involves a cooking method where it involves marinating the meat. In this case, it's chicken, but you can also marinate pork or beef to a strong mixture of soy sauce, vinegar, garlic, and spices. We also got some bay leaves and some green onion, and if I were to describe the taste, it's like a very sweet, savory, kind of sour, but it's also a bit sweet, a bit tangy. It's pretty good. It's the unofficial dish of the Philippines, unofficial national dish of the Philippines. And moving on to the last point, which is halo or mixes. And you can see that it consists of shaved ice, evaporated milk, fruit slices, sweet gelatin, and sweet beans. Now, you may be asking, why is it called mixes? Well, you don't typically eat this as is. You have to mix it together like this, like that. You have to like sort of mix the ingredients together with a spoon, chopsticks, as it's not really eaten like that. And it's pretty sweet. I wouldn't recommend eating too much of it. But yeah, it's very good. It's definitely unique. It's like, you can only find it there in the Philippines, so it's pretty good. And moving on to my last point, I'll be talking about cities and the islands. Now, my personal favorite city is Tahiti, and that's where my mother is from. And I just personally like the city because the beautiful skyline, very impressive architecture, you can see all these buildings, all these skyscrapers, all these bustling cities. And I have some more pictures here. There's also, I forgot to mention, there's a river that runs through the city. And it's kind of, that picture, it kind of reminds me, it gives me like Italy vibes because you can see like the moon and lights everywhere. I guess just skyline to the side. And I think that's the mall. And then here's more close-up picture from the city. Pretty nice skyline. And one of my personal favorite islands is Almeida. And you can see, I really want to go diving. I have a very big fear of heights. That's something that you don't really know about me. And I really want to conquer that fear. And you can see that there's a picture of this lady jumping out of a cliff. I really want to be able to conquer that fear in the future. I can also go, there's also kayaking, a bunch of hidden lagoons, go on a bunch of island tours. And there's even some beaches, pretty nice beaches. Like Las Pimanas and Boracay. Las Pimanas is another beach in the Philippines and in El Nido specifically. And I really like amazing sand castles. I also like when it's in water, so I'm touching my feet and this goes to my feet and everything. And I really like looking at the bright sunset. There's also Boracay, and it's known for its pale white sand, and it's very clear blue water. And I heard that there's like a nurse shark petting zoo, and they're like around this big, and they're like, it's like petting like the water out of you. And I mean, I would recommend it. I've done it before. They're very harmless creatures. I don't have a picture of these to show, but very cute. And lastly, I really want to go hike through a mountain. I've never hiked through a mountain before. Hiking is one of my hobbies, and I've never really seen a mountain in person. And I'd really love to go hike one someday. And it's a very easy beginner hike. It's from 3 to 4 hours, so not that bad. I mean, it's pretty easy. And in conclusion, the Philippines is more than just a destination to me. It's a gateway to cultural understanding. And together, we learned about a culture that embodies selflessness. We ate until we couldn't move. And we looked at all the beautiful cities and the amazing, one city and amazing islands. And I guess I know that the next time that I visit the Philippines, I know that I can call the Philippines a home away from home. Thank you, and I'm glad I got to share my culture with all.
Do you have one more slide? One more slide? Oh.